Cheers, legends. Sammy from Short and Stout Beer Reviews. Happy International IPA Day. So, anyway, I've got a beer from my beloved mountain culture. It's called Yellow Brick Road. It's probably one of the best can artworks I've seen. So cool. So, what it is, that's mountain culture in the background in gold with the sunset. Then you've got the Yellow Brick Road, and you've got Dorothy. Now, Dorothy's the daughter of DJ and Harriet, the owners. And the story behind the beer is Harriet was in labour, and when she finally had her daughter, DJ rushed home to brew a beer that he knew that she'd love. That when not knowing that she could drink again and she'd be keen to have a beer now she'd given birth. I was like, that's so cool. And over like I think this is now the third or fourth. They've brewed it every birthday of Dorothy's anyway. Yeah, hence the name Yellow Brick Road, Dorothy, Wizard of Oz. Yeah, and as they've brewed it every birthday of Dorothy's, and they've changed the can artwork. I think they've made her like get a little bit like older, like bigger each year. So it's pretty rad. Um, it's a New England IPA, and it's at 8%. And yeah, when it first come out, it was just so good. So it's always good to revisit. It's one of those beers like an annual release now. Cheers, buddy. Cheers, Tanner, and cheers, Joey. Good to see you, boys. So yeah, I'm on morning shift this week, and yeah, it's actually nighttime here. It's really bloody cold. And I had some gas work done at home today, and now my heater's out of service. So yeah, it's a real pain in the ass. Like if I want, if I want to get warm, I pretty much one have to get in bed, two grab a blanket, or three have a hot shower. And like everyone says, oh, Australia is not that cold, but it's been around 0 degrees the last few nights. So there you go. So yeah, I've got my hashtag proper glassware, one of many mountain culture glasses I have. It's one of my favourite ones though. So yeah, we'll go a pour. Yeah, and everyone over in the States and the UK and Europe, and that's hot at the moment. It's making me cold seeing everyone wearing singlets and shit. So yeah, in the glass it pours pretty full. It's pretty much like a light orange, like a bright orange, but in my camera it looks a bit dull. It's about a 2 finger head. So yeah, quite hazy, sort of cloudy. Yeah, carbonation looks pretty light. It's definitely got that smooth and creamy look to it. So yeah, let's go a nose. It's like huge tropical and citrus fruit. So I'm getting grapefruit and orange, mango, maybe a touch of passion fruit. It's a little bit grassy. Cheers, Craig, brother. Good to see you. Happy International IPA Day, everyone. It's funny, there's an International IPA Day, which is the Thursday, and then the Friday's Happy International Beer Day. So I'm like, I've got to have a hyped IPA today, and then tomorrow's pretty much choose your own adventure. So yeah, this smells quite sweet, and yeah, it's huge tropical and citrus. It's always been a big like juice bomb, one of their sort of hyped beers over the years. I always remember it just having that real smooth and creamy, like full body. like smoothie style, repping the hat as well. Anyway, I'm going in. So cheers. Oh, that is good. You know when you drink like a brewery's beers all the time and they all start to taste a little samey? I definitely get that with some of the Aussie breweries where I buy their beers like all the time. But yeah, I don't know. There's just certain beers that they produce that just have that little bit extra to them, and yeah, this is one of them. It's like elite level. This. There's just something about it. I don't know what it is. That creamy body. It's probably more citrus than tropical, which I love. And yeah, it's probably like more of your sort of sweet orange, mango. You get a little bit of pith, but most of it's sort of like your sweet, juicy fruit. The mouth feels just lush. It's sort of got that right amount of carbonation just as it goes down. Thankfully, I've got another can of this bad boy. I'll have to just enjoy it kicking back on a stream. But yeah, that if any of you have just chimed in, the can artwork on this is sensational. So yeah, this is Dorothy, the daughter of the brewers slash owners, and she's heading up to the brewery, which is in gold. It's so cool. But yeah, just the story behind the beer, stuff like that. It ties you like if you're a fan of the brewery and there's that sort of family connection, it makes you like them even more. And yeah, the best thing with mountain culture is I got onto them before most people did, like when they were just starting out, and I've seen them grow like yeah, just from this tiny little operation to like the biggest, probably the biggest craft brewery in Australia. So yeah, percentage on this was 8. It was 3.2 standard drinks in a 500 ml tinny. Tinny boy. Cheers, Rob. Good to see you, mate. Yes. Just a touch of pithiness. That's what you want. In a hazy, you want a little bit of pith, especially if you're a Westie boy. A bit of pine's even better. Sensational. So yeah, if I was to recommend, say, I don't know, 5 of Mountain Culture's like limiteds over the years, this would probably be one of them. Yeah, it's just a shame. Oh, it's probably good that it's only released once a year. It's probably a good thing. I mean, it's a hazy, and they brew hazies all the time. But as I said, there's just something a little bit extra special about this one. Score for it, I'd say I'd have it right up there. It'd be like a 4.7, something like that, which is pretty good quality. Right up there with those barrel aged impies I've been drinking the last few days. I've definitely been spoilt the last 2 weeks. I just got to get some more American and UK stuff. It's been mostly Aussie lately. I do have a mystery box from we've got a distributor in Australia called Forward Hops, and they do all our American sort of hype stuff. They bring out a mystery box. They've done it the last 2 years. And the first year I got it, I wasn't that thrilled. And then last year I got one of my favorite beers of all time in there. fundamental observation by Bottle Logic. So yeah, I was absolutely blown away. So then they've released it last week, and I've already ordered it. I think it comes early next week, possibly tomorrow. So yeah, I'll have some American stuff in that. I'm hoping I get like a big side project whale or something, but yeah, interesting to see what'll be in there. I might even do an unboxing. It'll be pretty cool. So what's everyone else up to? I'm guessing probably at work or just chilling. It's only morning time. Exactly. On the can, it's actually more of a golden. But yeah, that reflective can's pretty cool. I just like the fact that it's slightly changed over the years. It'd be cool if they put this because they've got a second brewery now. It'd be cool if that was on there. The only shit thing is on the back. They've got the all the talk about the story and the beer itself in that same gold writing, and it's so hard to read. May as well top her up. Oh, and Craig, how'd your bottle share go, brother? Keen to hear all about it. I thought I might have seen some photos or something on Instagram. Yeah. Yeah, one more day of work for me for the week, and then I always enjoy when I go from mornings to nights because it's pretty much like a 3-day weekend. Like I finish work early afternoon Friday, and then I don't have to go back to work till Monday night. It's always the better weekend. Whereas, say, if you come off nights and you got to work afternoons the following weekend, you don't get home till Saturday morning. You sleep, or most people sleep. I get on the piss with you guys. Yeah, so you wake up. If you do go to sleep, you wake up like halfway through Saturday, and then you got to go back to work on Monday, like lunchtime. It sucks. Oh, and I heard that I don't know if you've seen Rob or Craig on Beer Man's. Obviously, I could only make it 2 out of the 4 weeks, and I ended up winning the month. So that's pretty cool. It just sucks though, because like now the prize is beers, and like I want nothing more to try like some of the guys' beers out there, like Beer Man's, and yeah, he can't send them to me, so it sucks. So yeah, you win the prize and then you can't get it. Oh yeah, cool. Yeah, that'd be a fair task, like picking out what you want to take exactly. It's always something. As a kid, I grew up in such an awesome coastal town, and like, yeah, it's weird because like we were more surfing and bodyboarding, and like diving. Fishing was never a massive thing for us as like kids. But then when I moved like to another town that was more inland, everyone's like seems like they're right into fishing, and they're all like, "How can you not be into fishing when you grew up on the coast?" But yeah, I don't know. It's just not like none of my family were really into it, or my mates. Like, yeah, sort of weird. Like, yeah, the way you grow up and what you're into, and like the town I was in was very Aussie football based as well, and cricket. So yeah, fishing's just one of those things. Like as a kid, I never really got into it, and then when I did try it, I don't have a lot of patience, so that always like made it hard for me. But I feel like if I could probably get into it these days. Cool. Hopefully, it lived up to the hype. I know when I had it recently, it was phenomenal. Piney and heady, especially being a West Coast man, and you're the same, Craig. So, cheers, Disco. Good to see you, mate. Nice of you just to chime in, dude. Hopefully, you have a decent day. Brewery stuff. Cool. That'll be good. So, from what I remember, Rob, you do a recipe followed from the early punk, don't you? And then one from sort of only a few years ago, like two different clones. I think that's what you were saying. Yeah. Yeah, another thing we used to do was we had a nearby island. We've got a huge like pier in my hometown, like a breakwater. And then you've got two islands just off the coast. And one of them had like real awesome spots, like high sort of cliff diving. So we used to do a lot of that sort of shit. You'd get like people that weren't from the area come and hang with you, and they'd see you jumping off, and they're like, "I'm not fucking doing that." But you'd been doing it since you were like 6 years old, and it was nothing. Yeah, the one thing I always found real hard is because I grew up on the coast, I was always a real strong swimmer in the ocean, like from a real young age. And like then I'd hang out with people that didn't grow up on the coast, and I'm like, how are they like afraid of the ocean, or like what's so hard about like yeah, it's just what you're used to. Like I've dated girls and they've never really been in the sea before. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? But yeah, this beer is an absolute winner. I'm even getting like as it's sort of gone on a bit, I'm getting a bit of a berry edge to it. I can't remember what hops are in it. Got a feeling it might have been like Citra and Amarillo or something like that. I remember them discussing it when they were talking about because DJ's made the beer specifically for Harry and his wife after she gave birth or during her giving birth. And yeah, he just wanted to make it as perfect for her as possible. I just can't remember what the hops were, but yeah, it was like very citrus forward. Exactly. Even just like the craft beer journey, like that, like there's a lot of people that probably a lot of us when we first probably had a couple of beers are probably like, oh, it tastes shit. But then, like, yeah, you get older and you get into craft beer, and I remember the first time I had a Scotch ale, like a wee heavy, and I'm like, this is absolute trash. How do people drink this? And then, yeah, now if I seen one on the shop, like in a shop, it'd be like one of the first styles I'd buy just because it's so, I don't know, unique and so intense, like real malty. Yeah. I'm trying to think of the time when I first had punk. I remember I just moved like house and I was living by myself, and I remember like this I remember it specifically because I took a photo of it. It was one of those beers when it first sort of come on the scene. There was like a fair bit of hype. And I remember having a bath and I had like bickies and cheese and a punk IPA. And I remember taking a photo, and it was like the photo it was the beer sitting on the edge of the bath, and it was the old school label. And I just remember how hoppy and just how I don't know, like how in your face the beer was. Like it was so good. But yeah, I just can't remember sort of what year that would have been. Because yeah, like obviously we would have been a little delayed in getting it here in Australia, but it was still in the early days. Yeah, I need to dig that old photo up. It's pretty funny. Just looking at the label, like it's so different. Well, it's not heaps different, but still got the same colours. But yeah. Oh, and Craig, if you're still there, dude, might be able to do that beer. I might be around for the next hour or two. Not sure what you're up to. Yeah, after the plumber was Randy, the gas fitter, um, and he shut the heater down and stuff. I was like, fuck, like, because it was so cold. I was, and I was real tired too because I got up at like 4 this morning. I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna go to bed and have a couple of hours sleep before I do a review. And I don't know, I just wanted to like warm up and yeah. Then I had a hot shower before I come on here and I feel good. And obviously it's night time and I work in the morning, but yeah, I can still stay up for a couple of hours at least. I'm just watching the old Olympics. Australia is still beating UK and US. It won't last long though. Once the athletics start, the US will just go. So yeah, as I said, 4.7 for this bad boy. Very, very nice. And yeah, it's just known as a New England IPA. It's a lot of different names. There's a bloody hazy IPA, cloudy IPA, New England IPA, oat cream IPA. Then they'll just have like double dry hopped IPA. It's like, for God's sake. Cool. Good to hear. Yeah, depending on the sports, like obviously I'm patriotic Aussie, but there's other countries like I want to see do well. And yeah, particular sports and that's like see, I always love in swimming, Australia and USA like going at it. They're always so dominant, and it's always like this real epic clash between the two. It's funny, yeah, because like England, there's a lot of events I support England and get right behind them, but then in cricket, I hate them. Absolutely hate them. But anyway, I should probably wrap this review up. It's been a lot of chat, which is good. But yeah, sometimes it's like you need to just stick it to the review, have a little bit of chat, and then yeah, keep the chat and stuff for the hangout. So I appreciate everyone coming in. It's good. It's always good too, like because I come home from work, like I live alone. It's just me and my dogs, and it's like yeah, just if you're just having a chilled night and you're not catching up with anyone in real life, it's like it's just a good way to yeah chat to people and yeah talk about different stuff like whether it be positive or negative. It's just yeah, it's a good way to sort of reach out. Yeah, exactly. People should be proud of where they're from. As I've said a million times, especially in today's like world, I'm patriotic Aussie. Like, absolutely love this country, but I hate the government, and like, I think that's the case with probably a lot of people where they live. The people that are in control are like scumbags. So yeah, on that note, so yeah, I don't know what I'll be doing next. Possibly a beer with Craig. We'll see what happens, but yeah, you might see me coming up again shortly. But if not, I'll be around for beer day tomorrow. I might even do one straight after work, so that'll be like hours before this. And then I might do one around this time. So yeah, oh yeah, cool. Yeah, I'll message you once I get off here, dude. So yeah, thanks everyone for chiming in, and yeah, rad beer that one. Hope everyone else has an IPA for IPA day. So we'll see you soon.